really proud of the leadership. I think they understand how to go about this process now, especially our seniors. You know, you think about their experiences: Tampa, New York, Nashville, now San Diego. Pretty amazing 4-year run.
Do you stick to the tried and true bowl formula, even though you had the extra game, and even though not really one less week of prep, but you still had a shorter timetable?
I'll take that every year, right? Yeah, one less week on the road recruiting, and you know, we used the Ohio State week to get ready for that game, right? So there was no extra, you know, developmental stuff. But our first 5 with the young guys was a heavy emphasis for the future, and I thought those guys worked really hard.
Utah made it to its conference championship game. The coach has been there forever. They're usually an under-the-radar team. Do you see a lot of parallels between the programs?
You know, I think, you know, those that follow college football closely, I don't see them as an under-the-radar team. I think we see them as a very consistent, physical team that takes on Coach Witt's personality. You know, you pop on the tape, no matter if it's this year, or you go back and do some studies of some other tape from previous years, like we will for this game, and his DNA is written all over it. So, you know, maybe a smaller market, I guess. I don't know. Maybe a team that's converted from being a Mountain West team and things of that nature into the pack. But I think anybody that plays them, I would say, would be similar to anybody that plays us. You know, knows that they're going to get, I think, an outstanding football team that plays as a team, and I do think we have a lot of similarities between the two of us.
It's probably from a national exposure perspective.
Probably,
right?
Yeah. I guess we're not one of 4 schools in our league, or 4 schools in their league, or 4 schools in the I mean, there's, you know, your traditional 20 schools that everybody thinks are really good, and then everybody else is traditional underdogs, I guess.
Anybody that you've played that you would compare them to?
You know, I think from a overall standpoint, I'd compare them a lot to Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan from a physicality standpoint, from a structural standpoint, a little bit of everybody there. Offensively, a lot of similarities. I mean, defensively. Offensively, a lot of similarities to a lot of the RPO quarterback run teams that we've seen. You know, Minnesota, Illinois. You know, things of that nature. So, you know, we just because we've seen teams that are similar, very different way that they go about it. And the kick game is probably where they jump out the most, probably more similar to Ohio State. You know, very, very explosive. They've got 2 of the top kickers in the country. Unfortunately, they lost their best, you know, one of the best return men in the country in the championship game. He's also a dynamic receiver. So, you know, it's unfortunate to see that. But a very good team. There's a reason why they won the Pac South. I mean, they were very impressive to watch. They had to come back in a lot of games. But I think the similarities are really, really high, or that they face as much adversity as we have. And it's been impressive to watch.
With that being said, you don't know which quarterback you're going to face, right? I mean, is it just more work for you now to prepare for 2 guys? I mean, come down
a lot of similarities between the 2.
Okay.
Schematically, didn't make a huge systemic shift on what they were doing, but experience and to see the way down the stretch, that was so impressive to watch. I mean, they're down against BYU, they're down against Oregon. You know, he battled against Washington. So. You know, no matter what, we know we're going to play a really talented young man.
You don't know exactly who's going to be on their staff, right? Who's calling their offensive plays? Does that add a variable to prep?
Yeah, it does. So you just prepare with what you see. Yeah. You anticipate to see things that aren't on tape.
Yeah.
And then you just adjust accordingly. I mean, I think you treat bowl games like the opener.
Yeah.
You know, you look back and see last year, maybe if there's a coordinator change, you study his tape, you know, and then Rondale Moore shows up. That dude's pretty good. We knew that, but we didn't know he'd be that good. So, you know, we obviously will prepare with what we were able to investigate and what we're able to research, and then we'll plan to adjust like every game.
And what does it say to you that they have won? Was it 9 straight bowl, 11 straight? It's some incredible number.
Well, I think it's consistency, you know, and I think it's a great credit to Coach in the way that he probably presents it to the players.
Yeah.
You know, to me, bowl games are all about motivation and preparation. If you're motivated to get better, improve, you're motivated to come out and practice, you're motivated to then go to that site and prepare that week when it's time to prepare, you know, and you guys that have been with me for a while on bowl trips, when it's time to work, we're going to work, we're focused, and when it's time to have fun, we're going to have a lot of fun. This is a reward for a great season. You know, I've really adapted our practice plans over my years, from bowl game 1 that I had to, really the last 5, and I think the guys appreciate. This group doesn't know any different, but if I were to call the guys from 8 years ago, they were like, well, why didn't we do that then? So every other day, and in the weight room, a lot of meeting room time, allowing them full body recovery. We're doing a lot of stuff sports science-wise to hopefully have the guys ready, feeling great, feeling healthy, feeling fast, feeling in great shape when we get ready to play on the 31st.
With that being said, is it easier for you in terms of preparation because they know they're not going to be overwhelmed, they know how to do everything, bowl games, and then they know how to turn it on, get that edge back? I
think
everything.
But I think our veteran players, absolutely. The Clayton Thorsons and that group absolutely know exactly how to go about their business. Our younger guys, and we're playing a lot of them, this will be a big stage. I hope the Big Ten championship game helped them. That was as big of a stage as most of these guys, may ever play on. And I thought they handled it fine. I didn't think it was above them, but I thought they handled it well.